Welcome back to Brush Country Monsters. This week's episode, we're in Nebraska with Kyle Rovig at EWA Outfitters. Now, he's going to go after a big whitetail, but knowing Kyle, he might even try to chase a duck or two. Stay tuned for more Brush Country Monsters.
McWhorter Custom Rifles presents Brush Country Monsters.
We've been working hard here at the rifle shop, pushing through October, November. My dad's been on the road. I'm getting a chance to go one hunt for the year. We're going to Nebraska with Larry Ellis. We're going to get to hunt whitetails, so we're excited. Got 22 hours to go, but hopefully we'll get a big one. We're headed to Nebraska, North Platte region, known for its big deer, known for a lot of deer, so we're excited. Hopefully we get to see a lot of numbers, and hopefully we get something big on the ground. Brought my 7 SCW this week with boarding action, Hart number 5 straight fluted barrel, Macmillan Game Warden stock, Timney Calvin Elite trigger, and topped off with the best of the best, a Swarovski Z8 2.3 to 18 by 56. Headshot at 300, I think that'll work. I think we're ready to go.
Man, there's some good deer running around here. One in particular, big 10-pointer, looked like a 5-year-old that we've got a bunch of trail cam pictures of, and man, he's a stud. He's probably close to 160, and man, I'm ready to see him. A couple of nights ago, we was down here glassing, and I'm pretty sure I seen him down here on this east end, so we'll get back in here in the morning and see what we can do.
Hopefully we can get to see him in the morning. It's supposed to cool off a lot. So
it'll be cold.
It's already a lot cooler than where I came from. So
I imagine.
Hopefully we'll get a shot at him in the morning. We'll be hunting a piece of land called Prairie Swamp that's owned by Steve Ferris and outfitted by Larry Ellis. My dad actually hunted this place a couple years ago, and he came out with a couple big deer. So we're hoping for the best. First morning we had about a 35-degree morning, so we were feeling good. Got in the stand, got settled. After we got settled in the stand, as soon as the sun came up, we had 75, 80 deer to look at in the alfalfa field, and another 50 or so in the cornfield right behind it. So we had plenty to look at. Not 20 minutes after daylight, me and Darren look to our right and we see a big mature 10-pointer stand up out of the brush about 150 yards.
There's a buck. Back here towards the right.
Throw up my Swarovski binoculars, take a look at him, and right then we knew that's the one we wanted. So after we got a good look at him, he got up, took off, started chasing the doe. threw my STW up, had to wait a good 4 or 5 minutes. It felt like forever. Finally got a good broadside shot at him, about close to 200 yards.
Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by McWhorter Custom Rifles, the most accurate hunting rifles in the world. Yeti Coolers, built for the wild. Safari Club International Foundation, first for wildlife. Hoff Power Auto and Outdoor Stores, over 50 years in Central Texas, and we couldn't have stuck around this long if we were steering you wrong. Chupacabra Rub, shake it, rub it, love it. And Surge Pro, the best yield-enhancing foliar fertilizer on the market. Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Swarovski Optique, see the unseen. Burger Bullets, shoot better, shoot burger. Hart Rifle Barrels, unparalleled performance, handcrafted one at a time. And John Burrell's High Adventure Company, the finest collection of big game wing shooting and sport fishing destinations in the world.
So after we got a good look at him, he got up, took off, started chasing a doe. Finally got a good broadside shot at him, about close to 200 yards. Put a great shot on him. He only ran about 15 yards and piled up.
First day in Nebraska. We've been here for about 30 minutes maybe. We've seen about 100 deer out here in this field, in this cornfield, and we just had a mature shooter come out and chase some does around for about 10 minutes and finally gave us a broadside shot. Not very far, about 150 yards. He finally got close, but we finished the deal. So first day in Nebraska, we got it done.
Got it done.
Good.
Got it done. He's down.
Good deal, man.
Right over
He
there.
looked like a good one.
Yep. I'm hoping he's as good as he looked. He was about 160 yards and ran about 10 yards. So
Well, that's awesome.
been waiting long enough. Got to go.
Yeah, I mean, you hunted a long time.
Yeah, we got to go take a look at him
An
now.
hour.
Yeah. No, that's his rack right there. I'm kidding. Sticks. We finally walk up to the deer, and I couldn't be happier. This is probably the biggest whitetail I've ever taken. I made a great shot on him. Beautiful 10-pointer. Darren and Larry, everybody was around us. We couldn't have been happier. Well, Nebraska didn't disappoint. We're hunting with EWA Outfitters in Nebraska this morning, and 2 days of driving turned into 1 hour hunting and turned into one big stud of a deer. Saw a bunch of deer this morning. This deer came out, was bedded down pretty close to the blind, and chased some does around for a little while and gave us a good broadside shot, and the SCW did the rest. So we're couldn't be happier. One and done. That's how I like to do it.
That's a great buck, man. He's solid. Big long tines. He just got everything going for him.
Good mature Nebraska deer.
Heck yeah, big 5-year-old buck. That's awesome. Don't get no better.
That's right.
These deer are a little bit bigger body than your Georgia bucks, aren't they?
Yeah, these deer are a good bit bigger than Georgia deer. He was a little hard to judge when he first came out, but he gave us a few minutes to look at him, and we knew right off we needed to go ahead and take him.
Yep.
Now we're tagged out, ready to go back.
Might talk Steve into a duck hunt, you think?
Yeah, we're gonna talk Steve into doing a duck hunt maybe.
I bet you ain't got to twist his arm too hard.
Although I make custom rifles and work with them for a living, it's hard to beat where we're at on the North Platte River. It's duck paradise, and we've got just the guy to do it.
Brush Country Monsters is brought to you by Big & J Long Range Attractants. The aroma is super strong, the range is super long. Revolution Safe Company, inspired by Pendleton. Rotating gun management made simple. Borden Accuracy, makers of the Rimrock, Alpine, and Timberline custom actions. Swagger, the bipod with moves. And New Breed Archery. No hype, just hunt.
I'm hunting with EWA Outfitters in Nebraska this morning, and 2 days of driving turned into 1 hour hunting and turned into one big stud of a deer. I had a great opportunity to come out here and kill this wonderful buck. Couldn't be happier, but now I get to really do what I want to do, and that's go duck hunting.
You know, there's an old saying. I don't know what it is. I just know it probably is old.
We thought you was going to say something like really meaningful.
Oh, no, that's a different show.
Oh.
We're finally getting a duck hunt. Been deer hunting for the past couple of days, and Larry talked Steve into letting us get out here and see what it's all about. We got one more drake.
Okay. You know, I think he's going to go very nicely right about there.
We got invited with Steve Ferris on his Prairie Swamp Ranch to go hunt some mallards, and I couldn't be happier.
I did. Now, there's not really any wind that I know of. That's good for me, boys.
We'll be hunting out of a pit blind. We'll be hunting over a little slough coming off of North Platte. Hopefully we really get into them.
Get them off the water to wait. You want to get them off the water? Do you want to wait for them? Huh? Would you?
If they get up, we'll hit.
Huh?
Yeah, if he gets up, we'll hit.
Okay, you want to go ahead? Well, he'll get up. You ready?
Yeah.
Just don't shoot me. Ha! Did you get one?
Get that mallard, Larry.
That's not a mallard.
It's not?
Did you get the? You got one?
Yes, sir.
Your first Nebraska duck.
First
There you
widgeon.
A wedge.
Oh, that's a stud.
Is that a booner?
That's a stud.
Your first Nebraska duck, first wedge.
Look at that.
I got one more thing to do and we can go home here. Now he's, okay, now that's young, early, didn't have much green. Great wedge.
Not a booner.
Not a booner.
I gotta take a picture of this. Unfortunately, I had to put down the 7 SCW for this one, but we had time to test out the 12 gauge.
Okay. Got him? You got her? You got yourself a Drake Mallard?
Got it.
That's
Good call.
Is it a booner?
Congratulations. Where's Nebraska? I don't think he likes ducks at all. Right. I may be a guessing man, but I'm guessing you like that quite a bit, don't you? This is a guy that when you're hunting deer, taking a picture of him holding the deer, and a duck calls behind him, he starts to set the deer down and look back.
It don't get any better than that right there.
You're a duck hunter, man.
You know, Alan, one of the unique features that Swarovski offers is the ability to go to their website, input some variables, and have a custom yardage turret cut for the ballistics of your rifle. What information does someone need to be able to do this?
You know, Seth, we do this on about all our rifles. You know, we go to ballistic turret scopes, we test all of them, we get the average speed, we get the G1 ballistic coefficient, and of course the weight of the bullet we're going to use. And then we find out from our customer what environmentals that he wants the turret cut for, meaning the average temperature and the average altitude. Once we do that, we input all that into the website or just call Swarovski. They send us a turret. When we get the turret back, we verify it on our range out to 600 and sometimes to 1,000 yards if the customer requests that. And that's a service that we offer no additional charge. If you get a Swarovski scope and a turret for us, we get it cut, we test it completely all the way out to 1,000 yards. So our goal is when our customer gets a gun, all he's got to do is go find something big enough to shoot. And that's what we do. These are very simple to install. They're probably a 30-second max to put the turret on. You can get multiple turrets for different environmental circumstances, and so you can be spot on wherever you hunt.
So basically, someone needs a chronograph to measure your muzzle velocity, and they need the bullet weight, the ballistic coefficient, environmentals. Go to the website, input the information, a turret comes to you in the mail, use the tool that came with the scope, change it out, and you're ready to go.
Or buy one from us and we'll do it for you.
Yeah.
If you got any questions about how these ballistic turrets work, just give us a call. And that's the On Target Tip of the Week, brought to you by McWhorter.
It's hard to beat where we're at on the North Platte River. It's duck paradise, and we've got just the guy to do it.
Thanks, Larry.
We got invited with Steve Ferris on his Prairie Swamp Ranch to go hunt some mallards, and I couldn't be happier. It's my newfound passion.
This is why I live here, right?
I couldn't be more excited.
Let's go. That's how they're supposed to come. Right? I like where you can get that second, third bird.
Yeah.
They have a very similar shape to a mallard, but here's the deal. You go by, if you see square tail, Seattle. They've got a real squared off tail, and that's actually a shape thing you can see pretty easy sometimes. There you go. Thanks, Larry. So how do you like Nebraska? I gotta tell you, deer hunters coming, this would not be a normal thing, as you know, but I've talked to you about it for a long time.
Yeah.
Larry, my cohort with deer, we've been talking about, I said, you gotta go duck hunting sometime, and now, today wouldn't even be a day I would have gone conditionally, and those kind of things, mild weather, no wind, which kills you usually. But you, it was so obvious, as you told me you're taking pictures of the deer, the other day after you killed a deer and a duck quacks, and you're like, setting your deer down, so it was clear that you and your father told me, he said, we think they got switched in the hospital and it's not really our baby because you like duck hunting better than deer hunting. Yeah. So, having known that, I said we better at least go out and give it a whirl. And to be honest with you, there were a lot more birds than I thought were here. Very high birds, most of them, but we had a couple of those scenarios that gave you a touch of what Nebraska mallard hunting is like. It seriously did. they just won't finish with no wind. I mean, they get down to a certain point, and they're in a place where a lot of guys would absolutely shoot them. I'm trying to get that perfect finish, that perfect presentation, and no wind kills them. And you got to see that too. But we did get one batch in nice and killed those. Yeah. Got some singles and all that, and could have taken more shots, but you got to see how they work here, which is what I wanted to do. What did you think?
It was a great experience. More birds than I've ever seen, and we got to kill ducks. I got to kill a big mature deer first day, and
biggest deer you've ever killed too.
Biggest deer I've ever killed. So Nebraska was a success.
You don't get to come back. That's it. So, what do you think, Larry, of duck hunting?
You know, I had my you know, tendency to not want to like it, but it's actually pretty fun.
Yeah, well, they're my favorite thing and my passion for 51 years, and I'm glad you got to see a little bit of them.
World-class whitetails and waterfowl in the same spot, awesome place. Until next week, always remember, keep God and family first.
I appreciate it.